Light settles across this valley. 32 thoroughbreds begin another day on 600 acres of managed pasture.
The journey from open pasture to finished luxury begins with genetics. Every animal in this herd shares a blood.
From the open plains to the feeding line, every meal is calibrated. Protein ratios adjusted weekly based on coat density measurements.
Nature's precision now meets human assessment. Coat gloss, stride symmetry, and muscular definition are
from the open pasture to a vehicle designed for their comfort tours. The herd boards together, maintaining the group bond that keeps every animal calm. Security verification takes 90 seconds, long enough to confirm the transit manifest against the microchip database for every animal aboard. 12 animals descend as one. The same group that boarded together 70 minutes ago exits with the same collective calm. The landscape transforms as the herd enters the assessment corridor. 12 animals moving as one. Each microchip carries a 14-digit identifier linked to a database that tracks this animal from its first.
How does a single thermal scan reveal what a physical examination cannot? The infrared spectrum detects inflammation invisible to the human eye.
Three feeding stations, 2 watering lines, and 600 square meters of climate-controlled space, designed for optimal herd well-being.
Warm water at body temperature begins the grooming sequence pouring. The coat darkens under saturation but the fiber structure remains unchanged.
Each ear takes 12 seconds, gentle enough to maintain trust, thorough enough to remove every trace of debris from the ear canal entrance. A precise temperature of 28 degrees Celsius at low velocity, the air maintains the optimal conditions for the coat's natural oils. Strokes per side, enough to distribute the coat's natural oils evenly across every square centimeter of the body.
What leaves these animals as natural material will become something else entirely. How does stiff dried fiber become supple, flowing material? A single hide produces enough premium leather for exactly 3 pairs of tall riding boots, but only if every square. From the open plains to the factory floor, 240 kilometers separate the pasture from this receiving dock.
Each bundle carries a digital chain of custody. Tannery of origin, tanning chemistry, thickness calibration, and
thickness at 2.2 millimeters, grain density at 400 fibers per square centimeter, color deviation under 0.5 delta PID. 3 numbers that determine this hide's destiny.
A precise application of pull. Natural compounds complete what industrial chemistry began.
at this scale, every millimeter matters. The laser positions to within 0.05 millimeters of the
12 thickness points, 5 color readings, and 1 tensile strength measurement frame. The post-processing gate that separates cutting room leather from rejected material.
47 individual pieces per pair of riding boots bit, and the nesting algorithm that arranges them saves 11% more leather than manual layout by a master cutter.
The skiver removes exactly 1.7 millimeters from each overlap edged way, creating the invisible seam joints.
47 pieces per pair, 12 pairs per production run, and every component must arrive at the assembly bench in the exact sequence the bootmaker needs them. This is every piece of leather that will become one riding boot for Wayne. 47 components that in 6 hours will be unrecognized.
Cork filler serves three purposes. It cushions, it insulates, and it conforms to the wearer's foot shape over time.
Heat transforms dye from surface pigment to structural element till the burnished edge becomes harder and more water resistant than the leather itself.
This beechwood last was carved 14 years ago and has shaped over 3,000 boots. The Goodyear Welt joins 3 separate layers with a single continuous lock stitch, a construction method invented in Here is the exact moment flat material becomes footwear, tension, moisture, and a craftsman's judgment converting 2 dimensions into 3.
Notice the edge. The laser seals each cut fiber simultaneously, creating a burnished finish that a blade would require 3 additional steps to achieve.
The double cap-toe stitch line serves 2 purposes. It reinforces the most impact-prone zone of the boot and engineering meets artistry at the ankle junction. The point where the shaft meets the foot determines how the boot flexes.
340 stitches complete the top line, the first finished detail the rider's eye will find when the boot arrives. Decorative stitching follows function time. It frames the boot's proportions the way a picture frame focuses the eye on the image within.
The pull strap bears a momentary force of 40 kilograms every time the boot is donned, and the box stitch distributes that force across 16 square millimeters of leather. The last withdraws and the leather remembers. Every curve, every contour set during lasting now holds permanently without support.
A riding boot exists for one context above all others, the stirrup irons. Confident footing on wet surfaces is crucial for riders. The outsole must grip at challenging angles. Notice the reflection emerging. Each circular pass compresses wax molecules into a layer thinner than a wavelength of visible light. 3 different polishing pressures across 3 zones. Mirror at the toe, semi-gloss at the vanft. Testing leaves marks that only a trained finisher's eye can find, and only a trained finisher's hand can erase without disrupting the layers beneath.
The treatment adds 0 visible change to the surface, but the next time rain contacts this leather, it will bead and roll instead of absorbing.
22 parameters stand between this boot and the packing bench bed. The inspector's practiced hands find what instruments alone cannot detect.
The human eye detects boot asymmetry at differences as small as 2 millimeters. Pair matching is the final human judgment. Cedar serves 3 functions simultaneously. It holds the shape, absorbs moisture from the lining, and releases a net.
How does construction quality translate to real-world longevity? 10,000 flex cycles simulate 3 years.
3 minutes of full submersion at the sole line, the welt, the cork filler, and the waterproofing treatment. The polish layer withstands 2,500 abrasion cycles before showing visible wear pin. The waterproofing beneath survives twice that threshold. The form replicates a rider's leg to within 1 millimeter, And if the boot fits the form within tolerance,
The final gate bling, 24 parameters, every one carrying absolute veto authority over the entire production investment standing on this board.
What began as material on a factory receiving table now stands as something entirely new pro.
Black box, cream tissue, gold emboss. Every material in the packaging echoes the formality of the product it protects.
sealed with wax, scanned into the global database tag, this pair now exists simultaneously on this bench and in an inventory system spanning 3 continents.
12 pairs sealed, 12 digital passports activated trace. The production run is complete, and every box carries the same promise. From an open valley where 32 Appaloosa horses graze to this pedestal tomb, the quietest luxury the natural world can offer.